Oh. Hello, everybody. Welcome here inside of the press box here at Cheney Alumni Field in Casper, Wyoming, the Oil City. It is the 53rd annual Wyoming Shrine Bowl on Two Basins Sports Network. Sorry, we have a little bit of a delayed start here, a little bit of technical difficulties, but you had the video put up there on your screen, so you did not miss a thing. We're going to try to get our bearings here. Before we get going here, we'd like to remind you today's broadcast would not be possible without the support of the following sponsors. Audra's Copper Co., Discover Thermopolis, Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile, Bank of Thermopolis, part of the Bank of Bridger family of banks, and Central Bank and Trust, all proud sponsors of the 53rd Annual Shrine Bowl on Two Basins Sports Network. And now, now that we got our bearings here, second down and looks to be 6 coming up here. Glad to have you all with us. A bit of a cloudy day here in the county seat of Natrona County. Run up the near side and swallowed up. Has it up toward the near side hash. Looked like the carry was by number 31, I believe, Cody West of Lander Valley High School. So the Lander Valley Tiger there on the carry. And if you watched our 6-man shootout broadcast in Shattering, Nebraska a couple of weeks ago, there will be a couple of names on the roster that you will be most likely familiar with. We do know Jacob Moody from Matitsi is on the roster. There's also a couple of Rattlers from Little Snake River, as we have a little bit of commotion down there on the field. 13:04 to go here in the opening quarter. Looks like a timeout here, all ready to start the game. Barely a couple of minutes in. Oh. And we're going to take a quick break here. It looks like a South All-Star timeout. We'll be right back. You're watching the Shrine Bowl on Two Basins Sports Network. All right, we're back. I'd like to welcome you back to Cheney Alumni Field. Already a lot of technical difficulties on our broadcast. We do apologize. But back underway after the Southern All-Stars called a timeout. I'd like to remind you who's who here. The Northern All-Stars are going to be wearing their brown uniforms today with the yellow collars, yellow lettering, white outline. They'll be moving left to right across your device. The Southern All-Stars are going to be wearing their, oh, good Lord, big hit, gets coughed up near the 25. And who's got it? And I think North thinks they have it. So let's see here. It looks like it is going to be Northern All-Stars ball. The punt ends up being fumbled. And that's going to bring it right on back here to up toward the Cheney C there on the 25. And, of course, the Northern All-Stars trying to get their third straight win in the Shrine Bowl. They've won the past couple of seasons, a 34-28 result in 2025. They'll be looking to try to get us come swinging out the gate. They had a blowout in 2024. Two tight ends. Whistle blows. They're ready to go. Drops back to pass. Slings it to the near side. And it's caught! Touchdown! Looks like it's going to be Garrett Brewer out of Thunder Basin. And just already, it's kind of reminiscent to the 6-man shootout with what Nebraska did in that game. They're going to come out the first couple of minutes swinging. It is a touchdown for the Northern All-Stars. And so with that, PAT coming up here. Looks like attempting the PAT here will be Breck Reed from Sheridan High School. and being held by Kenai Olson from NCHS. Takes the kick. It is up, and it is good. So at 12:15 to go here, it is going to be 7-0 here. So with that being said, we're going to take a quick breather. We'll be right back. 7-0 Northern All-Stars on top here early as we get ready to see what this 53rd Annual Shrine Bowl has in store. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching the Wyoming Shrine Bowl on Two Basins Sports Network. I'd like to welcome you back here atop the press box here from Cheney Alumni Field, home of the Natrona County Mustangs. Never thought I'd be saying that in my life, but here we are. 12:15 to go. The Southern All-Stars coming out swinging as Garrett Brewer, the receiver out of the Thunder Basin Bolts, ended up getting the opening touchdown reception here today for the North. For those who are watching from our Bighorn Basin fam here, we have a couple of Thermopolis Bobcats here on the Northern roster. Cruz Mascaro and Zach Hasty playing or representing the Bobcats on the northern end here. Tries to run it up through the middle. He's brought down. Raucous crowd here at Cheney Field. And so we're going to see for the very first time the Southern All-Stars take the field. And this should be very interesting to see. Obviously not the greatest, not the greatest situation there. They had a very good defensive stop to start that first drive. Forced the North to punt. However, something went horrendously wrong on the punt return. It ended up coughing it up at the 25-yard line, and that would have been a tough one to stop. And it ended up being 6 points on the board there for the North. So the South going to try to get some revenge here. Sends a man in motion, takes the pitch here off to the right side, and a big gobble there as Kayshawn Brown from Cheyenne East tried to run it out to the far side. Full disclosure, and full disclosure, I grew up kind of rooting for the Cheyenne East Thunderbirds in 4A play, so has a bit of a soft spot in my heart for sure, but runs it out to that far side for a loss. Second down coming up here. Playing three receivers to the near side. One man to his hip. Shotgun set here. Looks to take the snap. He'll roll out to his left side. Slings it over to the near side. It's caught! Bobbled it a little bit, but he gets there and runs out of bounds. 11:25 to go. I thought I saw number 6 there, Ashton Colangelo, the Mountain View Buffalo. And for those watching from Thermopolis, hi, shout out to our guys back home. You might know just how much of a pain in the neck the Mountain View Buffaloes can be. And they have a few representatives here on the roster. We know Seamus Hamilton is there, as well as, Ashton Colangelo we know, but the Buffs, very successful season. In fact, they were the only ones that were able to beat Thermopolis in the regular season in 2A play in 2025. So gets lined up here, sends a man in motion, goes in behind him, takes the snap, the handoff to the near side, tries to get by the edge, and now runs out of bounds, avoiding the tackle. And I think number 21 was there on the run, Kayshawn Brown again. And so with that, 11:21 left to play here in the opening quarter. He runs out of bounds, back-to-back plays. And definitely starting to see the South wants to kind of establish that ground game a little bit just to start out. But let's see if that evolves here. So the North might be kind of a polar opposite here. One man to his right side. Three receivers playing right side. Takes the snap, and he'll take it himself. Looks like an option play here. He'll try to run it. He is swallowed up there. A big hit. And that is a coach's dream right there, that kind of tackle. Beautiful hit up to the far side to keep that quarterback from escaping much further. Third down coming up here for the Southern All-Stars. Well, it is an all-star game, and that was an all-star tackle. But let's see if they can hold the line for one more play here. And so with that, I think they're going to go with a bit of a tighter formation here. They brought in a couple of their receivers, so we might see, yep, they're probably going to see one man to his right side. Clock still running. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. Trying to keep himself in the pocket. He's getting chased down. Gets rid of it. It's going to be caught. The Star Valley Brave with it. He'll get to the 45, and he's going to be in for a South first down. I think that was Sam Gaskell, the Star Valley Brave. And when you think of Star Valley, you think of fantastic quality of football. A couple of Braves on the roster here as well to reflect that. But so it looks like one of the Thermopolis Bobcats, Zach Hasty, was there in on the assisted tackle. Also believe Trayton Sukett from Campbell County High School also there in on the tackle. So, and they're going to bunch them up here, playing broadcast side of the field. Playing a few yards out, takes the snap, fakes the pitch, and he's going to get hit as he throws. One-on-one, breaks it up, and it comes to the ground. And a good defensive stand there, but that was a 50-50 ball. If I'd ever seen one, that could have gone anywhere, and it's going to be incomplete. The South will come up for second down and 10 from the 44-yard line. Of course, we'd like to remind you this broadcast and others would not be possible without the support of our sponsors, Audra's Copper Coup, Discover Thermopolis, Thermopolis Hardware, Central Bank and Trust, Bank of Thermopolis in association with Bank of Bridger, a family of banks. All proud partners, or all proud sponsors of the Shrine Bowl on Two Basins Sports Network. And of course, all their logos are going to be in a continuous loop across the top of your screen. Here they go down to the near side, lowers the shoulder and goes out. And it's Brown again, the Cheyenne's Thunderbird there on the carry. And they've been giving him, I mean, he's been kind of a workhorse today for the Southern All-Stars. But they're chipping away at it here a little bit. They have managed to really get themselves downfield. And, of course, that is all due to Sam Gaskell working his magic. It was a bit of a broken play. Not a bit, it was. Quarterback had to run for his life and still managed to get it off to the Star Valley Brave. But 8:56 to go here in this opening stanza here. Takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Runs out to the right side. He's got some space. One tackle miss. Goes to the right side. Wrapped up and brought down. I thought I saw Draven Vandam from Campbell County there in on the tackle. And so the quarterback keeps it himself there and he was able to create some space, and that will be another South first down. So 8:40 to go here as South tries to tie it up here as best they can. And still 7-0 in case you're just tuning in. That opening score coming from Thunder Basin Bolt receiver Garrett Brewer, 6', 185, takes the snap. And it looks like it might have been a bad snap there. It's going to be gobbled up toward the 30-yard line. And so with that, woes continue here. The South has been super resilient here today. They've had a ton of, trying to get my words here, sorry. There have been times where they've reset the chains and it's gone second and whatever from that distance. They've managed to claw their way back, though, every single time so far. I wouldn't be surprised if they've worked their magic here. Trying to get the play from the head coach here. Brent Walk out of Mountain View, the Southern head coach. I believe recently just actually retired. And heaves it downfield, and it's intercepted. The North gets it back. He's going to come back. He's going to cut to the middle. Now up toward the 30-yard line. He's finally brought down in amongst the scrum. And the patience doesn't quite pay off that time, as it's going to come back to the Northern All-Stars. Tried to see who got the interception there. I kind of want to say it was Cale Dowen, the Big Piney puncher. Obviously, Big Piney out of Class 1A 9-man. They were formerly 2A up until a few years ago, but they are currently up into the 9-man classification. 7:38 to go here. And this is going to be the second offensive drive of the game here for the Northern All-Stars. Let's see what they got. One man in motion, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, goes to his left side. He's going to cut his way through, gets a few yards to get there, and it's going to be second down off of Justice Platts, the Mountain View Buffalo. That name still gives me nightmares as someone who was calling the games for the Bobcats over the years. Justice Platts, a fantastic quarterback. He can use his feet, and he was able to create a ton of yards for his Northern All-Star team that time. They're going to get ready to go here on 2nd down and 4. Takes the snap. Platts pitches it to his near side. They're going to run downhill with it. Evades a couple of tackles there, but finally brought down. Oh. Okay. Thank you. Coulter Lang, I apologize. That is actually, I was looking at the wrong roster, wrong colors. Sorry. So I apologize to our fans watching here, but of course we were corrected about it. Sorry about that. But it is it's Coulter Lang out of Campbell County under center here, although not really under center considering they've been kind of going in this formation all day. But he's going to try to evade pressure. Goes for the spike and tries to give himself a little bit of time there, but it'll be second down coming up. 6:25 to go here. So just a friendly reminder, because apparently I also needed a reminder there. Brown jerseys are the Northern All-Stars. The white jerseys are the Southern All-Stars. Second down and 10 coming up off the incomplete pass, as they had no other option but to put it in the turf. One running back up to his left side, takes the snap. This is going to be a pass. He'll roll out to his left side, and he'll get rid of it. It's caught up to the 50-yard line. Tries to get through one tackle. He'll be out toward the sideline. And it should be third down coming up here. The clock will stop at 6:15. Also, you may have noticed earlier on in the broadcast, there's a little bit of a small difference here between the Shrine Bowl and the regular high school football season. 15 minutes on the clock rather than 12, which normally we would see at the high school level. One man up to the near side. Takes the snap. Takes it himself. And it's going to be a first down and a little bit more. Spins out of one, and he'll go up to the far side. I'm thinking this is Hadley Hudson, I believe, out of Thunder Basin in on the carry. A lot of Thunder Basin Bolts, and if you've been paying attention to Wyoming football over the past, how long has the school been around now? Just like only 10 years. And Thunder Basin's always intrigued me too, because it's like, the school started playing football, I think it was like 2017, I believe, and I was really shocked to see him in Laramie a few years ago. It's just how crazy. It's like they're the Vegas Golden Knights of Wyoming high school football. Up to the left side, tries to run it himself. That's going to go to the far side, and they're not done yet. So Ty Reisdorfer from Cheyenne Central, the Cheyenne Central Indian, was there to help him out of bounds. He wasn't even ready to give up on that play. He just kept driving him out there, and that is a competitor for sure. 5:38 to go here. We're trying to keep the clock synced here with the clock, but here they go. They're going to heave this one downfield. It's going to be caught, And he's in! Touchdown, North! Trying to get the number. I believe that might have been Breck Reed, the Sheridan Bronc, on the catch. Beautiful throw, and that's the second passing touchdown today for Coulter Lang. Beautiful job. The Campbell County Camel connecting with the Sheridan Bronc there. 5:32 to go. And just a beautiful throw. That's like we said, that's the second one. They've had some pretty good throws from this part of the field all day. Takes the snap, kick is up, and it is good. And so with that, they are up 2 scores. 14-0 is your score. 5:32 still to go here in the opening quarter. This one, you're watching the 53rd Annual Wyoming Shrine Bowl game from Cheney Alumni Field in Casper, home of the Natrona County Mustangs. We'll be back in just a moment here. In just a moment, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. I'd like to welcome you back inside the press box here at Cheney Alumni Field, home of the Mustangs. It's the Wyoming Shrine Bowl here from Cheney Field in Casper. And it is a chilly and cloudy day here. However, things are just starting to heat up here. Pretty chilly, 50-some odd degrees. Boots it deep. And he's going to look back to the near side, tries to spin out of it, and he is going to be dragged, kicking and screaming to the 25-yard line. Thought I saw number 21 there. I think it was Keyshawn Brown, the Shiny Thunderbird again. Now, if we learned anything from that last drive, probably expect to see the Thunderbird there get a couple more carries here today. But 5:26 still to go here in the opening quarter here. And shotgun set here. Look, has one man to his right side, has one kind of playing halfway up, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right side, getting chased down. He'll pump fake, he'll go to the far side, ran out of bounds. And he had a steaming bullet from Wright High School named Mitchell Strawshine. Again, Larry's probably going to yell at me for mispronouncing that name. But the Wright Panther there in on the chase there. Wright Panther is also in the 9-man classification. And also pretty familiar team to me as a Bobcat, at least during the basketball season. Gets lined up here, switches the running back to the left side of the field, playing on the far side. Clock stop, takes the snap, rolls, and he is going to get chased down, has to get rid of it, somehow got it off, and it's going to be caught. And who else would it be? Keyshawn Brown, the Cheyenne's Thunderbird, on the hurried throw. That's the second play like that we've seen today. Remember, the Star Valley receiver Sam Gaskell made a similar catch earlier here in the first quarter. Less than 5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter of this one. And everyone trying their hardest to stay bundled up down there in the seats here. I made the mistake of not wearing my jacket today. I didn't think it was going to be that cold. It's mid-June. You'd think it'd be a little warmer. Takes the snap, drops back. He's going to look for it. Has time this time. He'll throw up to the middle. Oh, kick. Get the grab. Intended target there. Number 23, Daxton Taylor, the Green River Wolf. And that is going to be That's probably the best throw we've seen from him all day, and unfortunately just could not connect with Taylor on the throw. And it will be a 4th down situation coming up here. Clock stopped at 4:23. Of course, also need to remind our viewers that the clock that you see on screen, we had a lot of issues with it during the 6-man game. It's still only our 2nd time, but the ball is still loose. It's going to be picked up. And I think it should be downed here, but this is going to, it kind of just bounced all over the place, trying to get to where it needed to go. 4:12 is where the clock will stop, but the clock on your screen here, it is not 20-0. I don't know why my scoreboard says that. Okay, there we go. The graphics you see on screen, I'm controlling by hand here, so it's better than nothing, but still. I couldn't just be lazy and get a second camera and just point it toward the scoreboard. Got to make everything look pretty. What's the point of it looking pretty if it's not functional? Takes the snap, rolls out to the near side. Thought it was a penalty flag, but it's just a bird. Now to the near side, tries to stay on his feet. Stiff-armed one, he'll finally be brought down. Barely, just stayed in bounds. I think it was Conrad Prescott out of Cheyenne Central in on the tackle. And the Star Valley sticker, I keep forgetting they do the sticker exchange. And considering Star Valley and Cheyenne have similar but not the same mascots, it does kind of throw me off a little bit. Even though I've been following Wyoming high school football since I was like 10 years old, it still throws me off sometimes. Getting ready to go with 4:01 left on the clock here. So I guess they did stop the clock there. Apologize. One man to his hip. Slides one man behind the lineman, takes the snap, hands it off, and tried to spin out of the tackle from the 42 of Dylan Hershey. So 3:48 still to go. Not really surprised to see that there was a Star Valley Brave eager to get the tackle there. But the far side coming up here, second and I want to say second and is probably say 2nd and 7. Oh, 2nd and 8. It was a little bit difficult to, even with my glasses, a little difficult to see there. Getting ready to go here. This is now the 3rd time we've seen the North in this side of the field. They've scored every single time, both of them from passing touchdowns. Drops back, gets ready to throw, has a little bit of pressure, heaves it to the near side, wide open, and overthrows his man. Intended for Breck Reed from Sheridan, who scored that last touchdown. And not this time. It's going to be 3rd down coming up here for the North. Like we said earlier in the broadcast, the Northern All-Stars looking for their 3rd consecutive Shrine Bowl win. It was a 34-28 result for the North last year, so definitely a nail-biter, definitely a much better result than the 2024 result for sure. But 3:01 left here. They'll come out of the huddle. 3rd down and 8 coming for the North. Every time they've gotten to the 25 here, they've scored. But let's see if that, had a defensive end there kind of twitch a little bit, but I think he stayed on, and they're going to call a timeout. So the North, I do believe, is going to use their 2nd timeout of the game. So we're going to take a quick breather, they'll use their 1st of the game. We'll be right back from the top of the press box here at Cheney Alumni Field. 14-0, the Northern All-Stars on top. You're watching the 53rd Annual Shrine Bowl All-Star Football Game on Two Basins Sports Network. We'll be back in just a sec from Casper. 3:01 left to go in the first quarter. We'd like to welcome you back here inside of Cheney Alumni Field, home of the Natrona County Mustangs. It's the 53rd annual Shrine Bowl football game, playing for a good cause. Shriners Children's Hospital's all over the joint here. Takes the throw to the far side. He'll look, and it's incomplete. I think the intended target there was, if I had to guess, Draven Vandam, who already has a touchdown catch here today. Coulter Lang has slung for 2 passing touchdowns today, no rushing touchdowns for the North. And frankly, they haven't ran very often today. They've been in kind of an air attack type team today. The South, on the other hand, have been sticking to the ground with the Cheyenne East product, Kayshawn Brown. And we'll see him coming up here, 4th down, coming up for the North. They're going to try here and again. They figure, why not? We're already this close to the end zone. They'll try to go for the throw, and it's almost picked off on the pass intended for Breck Reed. And so a turnover on downs for the North here. However, far from a reason to panic. You look at the scoreboard, 14-0. We don't get a lot of things right on our scoring graphic, but the North does have a 2-score lead. However, this is still high school football. Even if it's an all-star game, anything can really happen. And so with that 1st and 10, the South will take over on the 29-yard line in Southern Territory. Quarterback all by his lonesome, 2 receivers to each side. Hard count here. And it looks like they're going to change the play here. Linebacker's moving in here, takes the snap, drops back, looks for the sling over the middle, and it's almost picked off. Number 0, James Inat from Buffalo, almost got himself the interception there, and he was a little bit ticked off with the turf. He slammed it. He knew he should have had that, but with that, 14-0 still. In case you're just tuning in, this is the 53rd annual Shrine Bowl All-Star Football Game on TBSN. And this is our second All-Star game that we've covered this summer. We were in Nebraska 2 weeks ago for the 6-man shootout. We'll be in Meeteetse for the Can-Am Bowl in July, on July 4th. Takes the snap, takes the run, up the right side, storms his way through, and out of bounds he goes. Big man himself, Kayshawn Brown, storms his way for another South 1st down. And they will stop the clock at 2:38. And so with that, 2:38 left. And the 1st down, definitely what South needed. They've done pretty well from this side of the field, but remember what happened last time they got into North Territory. The interception brought it back. And so here they go again. They'll try to get a man in motion to the left side. Fakes the handoff. Screen pass left side. Misses on 2. Oh, he evades 2 tackles. But finally, the 88 and the 6 bring him down. Paxton Yates and Keegan Rager. Yates out of Riverton, Rager out of Sheridan. And so there's a Wind River Basin representative there in on the assisted tackle. Clock still running here. 2nd down and 5 coming up from the 48-yard line. They have officially broken into North Territory for the 2nd time this afternoon. And honestly, the fans may not like it very much, but the player is probably enjoying it. It's a nice, cool day out here in central Wyoming, here in the Oil City. Takes the snap, hands it off, goes to his right side. He's going to try to stiff arm one guy. The 15 I saw up there, Hadley Hudson from Thunder Basin, was the only number I could make out of the scrum there. About 3 different Northern All-Stars in on the tackle. It was another Thunderbird, though. I know that for a fact, in on the carry. Number 21, Kayshawn Brown. Again, they've been feeding him all day. About less than 90 seconds to go here in the opening quarter as they are on the NC logo. And one man to his right hip. takes the snap, drops back to throw. And he's going to try to evade the pressure. Retreats back to the 30. He'll run to the right side, directing his man, and he'll get it off on the back foot. That's going to go way outside. He had to get rid of it somehow, though, and it's going to be fourth down coming up here for the South. 4th and 5 looks to be the call here. Or 4th and 6, rather. And the South kind of makes you wonder. They're gonna bring on the punting team here, it looks like. And back to return the punt here will be Breck Reed from Sheridan. And on the punt looks to be Anthony Arnouche from Lingle Fort Laramie. The Dogger takes the snap. Oh, he's hit as he punts it there, but it'll go out of bounds. So clock will stop directly at 47 seconds. And so with that, we're going to see the North come back on for their 4th drive of the day. They got a turnover on downs on their last time out, but they had two passing touchdowns before that. The first one went to the Thunder Basin Bolt, Garrett Brewer. No. Well, they're going to take the snap, so I can't worry about it now. He'll try to get out of it himself. Brought down by 2 defenders in the backfield there. And a very good job there trying to evade the pressure the best he could there, but 29 seconds to go here. And they might have enough time for one more play. They did get a few yards out of that, so it wasn't all lost. 2nd and 8. And we're about ready to prepare for the second quarter of this one here. It looks like they're just going to let the clock run here, as that will bring an end to the first quarter. So they'll get reset on the other side of the field on the 22-yard line, but that's going to conclude the opening quarter of this one. You're watching the 53rd Annual Wyoming Shrine Bowl All-Star Football Game. At the end of the first quarter, the Northern All-Stars out to the early jump here, 14-0 with a couple of passing touchdowns by Coulter Lang from Campbell County. But we'll be back in just a moment. You're watching the 53rd Annual Shrine Bowl All-Star Football Game on Two Basins Sports Network. I'd like to welcome you back atop the press box here at Cheney Alumni Field in Casper. Getting ready to go here as we get ready to start the second quarter. 15 minutes on the board. The pass is caught on the short pass to the middle. He moved to the near side. He's brought down. The catch was made by Garrett Brewer from Thunder Basin. And a sub coming on. It looks like, nope, check that. I thought they were bringing in Clay Sheets from Riverton, but looks like they'll just keep who they have already. 14:32 to go.
The biggest game in Wyoming.
Oh, sorry about that. And a run up the middle, and he's going to get some yards there. It's going to be a carry there by the 23 of Triff. I thought I saw Triff and Jolly there, but the Rocky Mountain Grizzly. Rocky Mountain obviously coming short in the 9-man state championship game. But it'll be second down and 3 coming up with 14 minutes to go here. As I always like to thank our sponsors, Discover Thermopolis, Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile, Bank of Thermopolis, Central Bank and Trust, Audra's Copper Coup, and I think I'm missing one, but now to the near side. 31 in on the carry again. Cody West from Lander. Beautiful run. He stormed his way up to the near side. Sorry, sounded about as excited as a stone there about that one. I apologize. But a beautiful run there by the Lander Valley Tiger. And I think we saw him get a touch earlier on in the game. And one of the rare instances we've seen the North run today. They've normally aired it out. Takes the snap, the handoff to the, oh no, he faked the handoff, now goes to the right side, up to the far hash. And kept it himself. Coulter Lang, the Campbell County Camels, try saving that 3 times fast. But was able to get himself a healthy amount of yards there. Second down, and I want to say 5. Yep, there we go, second and 5. So they confirmed it there. It looks like they're going to send off Cody West. And Cody West, a couple of carries today. He's had some good moments today for sure. Takes the snap now to the near side. A little bit of a bunny hop. He'll spin out of it. Goes inside the 30. Finally brought down. And I think the initial tackle there by Ty Reisdorfer from Cheyenne Central, and he's there for the stop. That could have gone ugly for the South defense. And now the North is starting to prove. I think that they were just kind of, hiding their secret weapon there. But Mark Lenhart out of Riverton, the head coach for this North team, he's got these guys right where he wants them. Sends a man in motion. Goes to the right side. It's going to be a direct snap. 15 runs it up to the far side. He's got room to run. Finally brought down. Looked like Hadley Hudson from Thunder Basin was there on the carry. A direct snap to him in the backfield. He just kind of went on a sweep to the outside. Not really a sweep, but you know what I mean. But still, great run here. Now, mostly just passing in that first quarter. But now it's kind of just been a run quarter for this North team here in the second quarter so far. Kind of got a couple of halfbacks playing up there, it looks like. Takes the snap, and it looks like a direct snap again to the near side. Spins out of it. And he'll get more than enough for another North All-Star first down. And it looks like it'll be first and goal as well on top of that to sweeten the deal. 11:18 to go here in the second quarter. And they'll come out of the huddle here. I think they want to try another direct snap here. That's just what I'm getting here. That's exactly what they did. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They'll go up to the near side another. That's the third direct snap now to Hadley Hudson. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. The crazy thing is they're getting yards off of it. Second down and goal coming up here for the North. I think they're going to get a sub here. We're going to see the 50 or the 60 come off. That is that would be Dylan Walker out of Campbell County. Takes the snap and a sweep to the right side. Gets room. He didn't get gobbled up though. He stopped moving his feet and he ends up paying for it. Breck Reed the carry, hailing from the football capital of Wyoming, Sheridan. Just won their 3 millionth football state title. And of course, I forgot where I am right now. So up to the far side, it's going to be, looks like we could see a potential It might be another direct snap, and yep, it is. He'll take it himself up to the near. Oh, he'll throw it himself. It's caught. Touchdown, North, but we got a flag. Number 31, hold your horses. Cody West did get the catch, but hold your horses. So I am not going to press the button here on my score sheet until we. Looks like pass interference on the offense. That's going to come back. So Cody West will not get the touchdown called. It was a well-executed play. The direct snap rolled out and tossed it up to the Lander Valley Tiger. But the penalty flag for the offensive pass interference is what's going to bring it back, and that is a gut punch to the North here on this drive. It's acting as if they needed that to win the game or something, but you never know. I mean, it's the small things. Football is one of those games where the little mistakes do add up over time. So let's see if that comes back to bite them later on in the game. Lined up to the far side. They've had a lot of success from that Cheney C. Takes the snap. Drops back to throw. Looks for it. Has a couple of steps on its drop. Looks to the middle. Caught! Touchdown, North! They do get payback. It's Breck Reed with his second receiving touchdown of the day. And the Sheridan Bronc does it again. Are we that shocked? And just like that, it is a 20-0 football, or it's a 20-0 ball game, and the North firing on all cylinders. And so they're going to go for the PAT here, number 4, Breck Reed. He's been their kicker all day, winds up, it's blocked! And to the near side, he'll scoop it up, and he gets taken down. Cale Dowen from Big Piney in on the scoop. But that was a blocked PAT, and for the first time, they're going to end up not being perfect on the scoreboard off a touchdown. But 20-0 is your score. We're going to get re-racked, and we'll come back. You're watching the 53rd Annual Wyoming High School Football Shrine Bowl on Two Basins Sports Network. I'd like to welcome you back here atop the press box at Cheney Alumni Field. As it's 20-0, another passing touchdown on the connection. This time it is Breck Reed responsible for the 6 points here. Unfortunately, couldn't convert the PAT, but they'll try to kick it off from the near side. 9:28 to go in the half. Boots it deep, comes back to the near side, and it's caught. Moves back to the middle. Might have room. He's going to stumble his way up to the 15-yard or 20-yard line, actually. Might actually be a little bit closer than that. He got out to the Casper C there on that far side, but first down and 10 coming up directly on the 20-yard line, so would have been no different than a touchback there, or, well, it might have been a little bit. But 9:24 to go on the 20-yard line. Scared me. And so the South will try again. They still got a big fat 0 on that score on that visitor panel there. They'll run it to the near side. Somehow still on his feet. And running like it's a 6-man game the way. Oh, he's still going. It's going to take the whole defensive line to take him down. 9 minutes to go. And so with that, somehow just a work of magic there by Keyshawn Brown. And something tells me that the Thunderbirds are probably going to sorely miss this guy when he is, well, I would say if he was graduated, but I think you have to be a graduated senior to be in this game, so that makes absolutely no sense at all for me to say that. Linebacker's moving in, sends a man in motion from the side, and he'll pump fake, and he'll go to his far side, still getting chased down. And up to the far side, still there. And that number 7, Mitchell Straushine, the right Panther, has been chasing the quarterback down today like a fat kid in the candy store. Beautiful job there. Getting off the line, he's chasing him down. The only thing I'd probably say, he's not really staying in front of his guy, but he's fast enough to stay with the quarterback and force him out of bounds. So that is definitely good news for the defense. But the first down does result from the run, though. 8:24 to go. Linebacker moves in from the left side, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drops, pump fakes. He's going to look to sling it deep. One-on-one, and that's going to be his second interception of the day that he's thrown up to the far side, has room, and chased out toward the 40-yard line. Zach Hasty, the Thermopolis Bobcat, on the interception. That's what he's been doing all season. I am not surprised at all that Hasty was there. He was a deadly shutdown cornerback for the Thermopolis Bobcats and a deadly wide receiver for the Bobcats in that 7-1 campaign in 2025. But he does it here on the biggest stage in Wyoming high school football. Well, aside from maybe the state championship. But either way, that is the second time that the North has been able to force an interception. And one more time, it is Thermopolis Bobcat Zach Hasty on the interception. And I just kind of knew he'd come out of the woodwork somewhere. He reminds me a lot of how Delmonico Dukes used to play for the Bobcats as well. Same position and everything. Up to the middle, takes the snap, and it's going to be another direct snap. They've been feeding it here to their backs, but this time it's Kenai Olson from Natrona County playing on his home turf one last time. And second down and 4 coming up here for the Northern All-Stars, trying to punch it in for their 4th touchdown of the game. They've had 3 receiving touchdowns. They have yet to get a rushing touchdown, but that's not been their priority today. They are starting to kind of include that run game a little bit more now, though. And finally, an actual handoff. Goes up to the right side. He's swallowed up. Cannon Grant, the Cody Bronk, in on the carry. So we're starting to see some new faces into the game here for the North. And so they ended up losing 2 yards there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6. And the fans getting raucous here, starting here, the South fans. Yeah, maybe an all-star game. There may not be a true home or away team, but it's feeling like it's October all over again. Rolls out to the left side, gets it off his back foot, and it's caught! And tries, and keeps onto his leg. Might have dropped it, but he's down. We got penalty flags. Number 10, Garrett Brewer, the Thunder Basin Bolt, in on the catch. Yeah, they're going to call Laundry Griman, the Torrington Trailblazer, on the tackle. So let's see what the referees have to say. It was laundry day down there on that near side. But let's see what the white hat has to say here, and it looks like it's going to be looks like unsportsmanlike is the call here for the Southern All-Stars. And honestly, I guess I could probably see that there was a little bit of bad blood down there on that near side. But But with that being said, 6:49 to go here in the second quarter. Things are starting to get a little chippy here. This is supposed to be a game for a good cause, but these guys do still take it very seriously, and you're definitely seeing it here. Takes the snap. He's going to run it himself. Goes to the near side, shakes one tackle, and the 10 there on the tackle. Greiman again hanging on like a toddler hanging on to his mom at the supermarket. And it's going to bring up, I want to say second down. Apologize. Clock will continue to run here. 6:25 to go in the second quarter. You're watching the Shrine Bowl on Two Basins Sports Network. Again, a massive thank you to the organizers of the Shrine Bowl, as well as Natrona County High School and the Natrona County School District for allowing us to be up here. This is an absolute honor. I do think this is probably the highest level you can get in Wyoming football. And a pass, and it's caught into the back of the end zone, and they do it again. Touchdown, North. Number 81, Clay Sheets, the Riverton Wolverine. And they've done it again. How much do they got left in the tank is the question. 26-0. And 6 minutes to go. And I'm telling you one thing. We just got back from the six-man shootout in Nebraska. And obviously, you know, you expect those games to be high scoring. It wasn't exactly the highest scoring affair I'd ever seen, but I'm saying this is looking more like a six-man score than it is 11-man. 27-0 already. We're not even halfway through, or just barely halfway through the second quarter of play. 6 minutes to go. We're going to be back here in just a split second. Another score. This time it is the Riverton Wolverine, Clay Sheets, 6 foot, 155, punching his ticket into the back of the end zone. We'll be back in just a moment from Cheney Alumni Field in Casper. I'd like to welcome you back here atop the press box at Cheney Alumni Field in Casper, Wyoming, the pinnacle of Wyoming high school football here at Cheney Alumni Field, where the best that Wyoming has to offer gathers every single June to showcase their talents, all for a good cause. Shriners Children's Hospitals have their name all over this, and obviously might recognize the Shrine Bowl name as well from the Collegiate All-Star Game. Not the Senior Bowl, but it's something different. I do gotta say, I love it when All-Star season rolls around. It does give me a little bit of a stroke, though, seeing the different helmets, but out the back end zone here. It's kind of like when I was a kid and I used to watch the NFL Pro Bowl, right? It's like the helmets, they're just like obviously the team's helmets. And imagine if the NFL would have like done the sticker exchange like you see here. That would have really made me go cross-eyed as a kid. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line off the touchback. This is not the South's first rodeo here, no pun intended. Starting from the 20 in this game. They actually did field the kick last time, but were only able to get out to the 20-yard line. So let's see. That's kind of starting from square one like they did on that last drive. 2 interceptions thrown today for the South quarterback. They're going to try to reignite this a little bit more here. Unfortunate circumstances. Obviously, Zach Hasty returning it back to South territory in that last drive. But let's see if South can get something going here. Takes the snap and the handoff up the left side. I think we got a fumble up toward the Casper C. I think we have a fumble. And it's looking like it is. The North recovers. Keyshawn Brown, their star running back here for the South, coughs it up. And it looks like this is going to come back up toward the Casper C. This is going to be up to the 26-yard line. Not quite red zone alert yet. Although, to be completely fair, the North have not had to even touch the red zone today. They've done all their work from that 20-yard or that 25-yard line. 5:52 to go here. Going up to the far side. Receiver spaced out to the left. Takes the snap. Drops back to throw. Off his back foot, and it's caught. A one-handed grab there. Well, not really, but initially made the grab with one hand. That was number 8, Cannon Grant out of Cody. Made the grab there for the Northern All-Stars. Beautiful job. And of course, Cody. I guess the magic here is if you have the mascot Bronx, right? You're automatically good at football. Because think about it, Cody dominates 3A, and then Sheridan obviously dominates 4A. Both of them, the Bronx. I always found that pretty interesting, actually. And it looks like a timeout here. The North will use their second timeout of the ball game with 5:08 to go. So we're going to step aside. We're going to take a quick breather. We'll be right back. You're watching the 53rd Annual Wyoming High School Football Shrine Bowl from Cheney Alumni Field in Casper. We'll be back in just a sec. 27-0, North All-Stars on top. I'd like to talk you back atop the press box at Cheney Alumni Field. It's the 53rd Annual Shrine Bowl. Football for a good cause here. Shotgun set, takes the handoff, immediately swallowed up. Handoff directly to Cannon Grant, and that is going to be a big stop there for the South. Did get a couple of yards, though. You got to give credit to both sides there. Fantastic tackle, but also no, they did not. I am so sorry. Well, I guess one thing's still true. Still a fantastic tackle, now even more so. I just saw where the marker was. Didn't think twice about it, so that's my fault. But the lineup broadcast side of the field here, about 4:30 something to go here. All by himself. Drops back to throw, has some time. He'll look to the middle, and it's no, that's going to be dropped. That was intended for Garrett Brewer. Not the first time he's dropped one today, but he still had himself a decent game. But that is another one. There have been a couple of moments like that for the North where they've had some fantastic throws, and unfortunately, and then also now that I think about it, I forget, it's a little chilly by June standards out there. So, but 4:25 here to go here in Casper for the second quarter of this game. One man to his hip. Two receivers lined up both sides. And tries to dance out of it. Tries to advance it forward. I thought I saw the four of Aliyah Matautia from Star Valley. So I'm very, very sorry about that. One of those, it's just one of those names that's like you'd see like in the Polynesian football scene. So I apologize there, but Matautia, I try my best here. I do apologize. I'm sure if we have a couple people from Afton watching, they're probably going to hopefully be a little bit nice about it. But either way, it is a turnover here. This will come back the other way. 4:18 to go. Turnover on downs. Takes the snap, fakes it. He'll look to his left side. Getting chased again by who else? He'll dump it off to the left side. It's incomplete. Intended there for Keyshawn Brown, the Cheyenne East Thunderbird. Come on, man. As a Thunderbird fan my whole childhood, man, you got to – it pains me, man. The South continuing to struggle. We have another timeout. And that will be the South's second timeout of the ball game. So both teams with one timeout remaining. We're going to take a quick breather. We'll be right back. You're watching the 53rd Annual Wyoming High School Football Shrine Bowl from Cheney Alumni Field, home of the Mustangs. Like talking back here atop the press box as we get ready to resume this second quarter. A timeout was called by the South. Pump fakes, looks on his sling to the right side. Well, shoot, that was Casper, the friendly ghost, was the intended target there as he tried to go for the pass to the far side. It's going to be incomplete pass, I think, third down coming up here. But he tried his best. He rolled out, he tried to look for a target. There was just, unfortunately, either it slipped or there was nothing there. But they're going to bring out the 17 of Granite Ready from Little Snake River. We saw him in Shadron. Can't remember if we'll see him in Meeteetse or not for the Can-Am Bowl. Speaking of which, that's coming up July 4th. We'll be live from Meeteetse High School for Can-Am six-man football all-star game. Up to the far side, and that could have been caught, but it was incomplete. Popped out of Braden Wallace, the Evanston Red Devil. So with that, it's going to bring up fourth down, back-to-back incomplete here. 27-0 in case you're just tuning in. All of them have been passing touchdowns today. And 3 different players have scored today for the North. Takes the snap. It's going to be a punt. Looks back up to the 30-yard line, and it's caught for the fair catch. Number 4, Breck Reed. 2 receiving touchdowns today. But let's see if he's still got some left in the tank here. Coming up at halftime, we will have just kind of our thoughts from the just the first half of this one. Also, if we are able to, might check in on the Montana-Wyoming basketball series that's going on. I think if we can get something there, I'll see what I can do. No promises though. But I do know that's going on today as well. 3:52 to go here as the North will take the field again. I believe this is now their 6th drive today. I think there's only one that 7th. There's only 2 they haven't scored on today. Rolls out to the right side, off his foot, and it's intercepted. Not a great throw to the far side. He's going to try to stay on his feet. Up to the 1, Santiago Cruz, the Rock Springs Tiger, on the interception. It's also 3:39 to go. Our clock is way off. We apologize. We have a flag on the field, so let's see what that's for first before we jump to conclusions. So 3:39 to go here. Waiting on the white hat to deliver the call. And it's unnecessary roughness. And that's going to cost them in the end there. But 3:39 left to play here. And trying to see, I think they will still. I think that's going to cost them the interception. But let's see what the Chains do first. But either way, I mean, the penalties we saw, We haven't seen very many of them, actually, to be completely fair. It looks like it is going to, yeah. So the interception will stand, so that is my apologies there. We got caught with our pants down on a similar situation in Shadron, but on a penalty off of an interception. So not the first time we've done that. Probably won't be the last, but 3:39 to go. The South will get the ball back, and even better news for them, they'll be in North Territory. On the bottom of the C here, playing broadcast side of the field, has Keyshawn Brown there. He's going to fake the handoff, tries to spin out of it, and gets bent backwards like a pretzel on that tackle there. That looked painful. And speaking of painful, we got a player down. Or no, we don't. Nope, he's just waiting for the scrum to clear. But I did not like the way that Justice Platts was, bending there. It was a good tackle. It just kind of made me wince a little bit for sure. And Justice Platts, obviously, Mountain View Buffalo, a lot of success at Mountain View High School. When you think of 2A football, there's a couple of teams, in my opinion, that come to mind. I think that's Bighorn, obviously the big one there, but Mountain View has also terrorized teams for years. Buffalo used to be a terror in 2A until they got moved up to 3A. Run up to the near side. That's going to be a small game. We got a flag. So what's the flag for? And referee is talking with Keyshawn Brown here. But they actually have mic'd up the refs today, so let's see what the call is going to end up being here. So it's an offensive foul here. That's going to set the South back pretty much all the way to their inside their own territory. It'll be, I don't quite know if it'll still be second down. Let's see here. It'll be third down in a Walmart parking lot here. Third, I have to say 2:36 to go. I don't know where I got that from. 2:36 left, third down, and a distance here. 22. Looks like it'll be on the 45-yard line, just barely grazing it. They'll get the clock back going here. Yep. So third down, and the South definitely had a little bit of a pickle here on this drive, but we've seen crazy things happen already in this Shrine Bowl from beyond the original line of scrimmage. So let's see if the South can do the same thing here in Mustang territory. Now drops back into the pocket, still there, and now getting chased down. 64 on a great pancake there. Near side and a big hit. He's going to take him down. The 21 with Keyshawn Brown holds on to it, but he got lit up on the near side there. Zach Hasty with the tackle. And I do remember he lit up some people for the Bobcats in 2025 as well. Made some hits that, honestly, you would not expect him to make. He is a player at heart for sure. And whenever in Class 2A, whenever you're playing the Bobcats, you had to watch out for number 2, whether it was offense or defense. I think he was a fantastic receiver. But truth to be told, he did shine on defense. Takes the snap. The punt. Looks like this is going to come back, and this should... Oh, no, that's going to bounce well short of the end zone. Number 42 there downed it. It is going to be Dylan Hershey from Star Valley was the one that got there. So 27-0, still your score in case you're just tuning in. Just 70 seconds to play here in this one. For the second half, for the first half. Second half coming up next, 30 more minutes of football. Yes, I said 30, not 24. 15-minute quarters here in the Shrine Bowl compared to regulation high school football rules, which is 12-minute quarters. 9-yard line. The hand off to the near side. And the North is no stranger to dealing with cramped spaces. They've been pushed back beyond the original line of scrimmage a couple times. They've made the most of their yards, but less than a minute to go here. It looks like it's going to be Cody West from Lander Valley. So they're going to come out here. I think they might have room for one or two more plays here. Stands to his right hip. Takes the snap, the handoff up to the near side, trying to run down the clock, gets stuffed. Doesn't really get too far there. I think they called number 63, Tucker Devlin from Little Snake River, in on the tackle, and that is going to conclude the first half as we are going to head into the locker rooms here for the first half of this one. And the half of the 53rd annual Shrine Bowl High School Football All-Star Game is in the books as the North storming out here in Mustang territory. It's 27-0, and we'll just have to wait to see if the South, if the South can do something here to try to get back in this game. 15 minutes, I think, was the thing for halftime. Yes, it is. So we'll be back here just a moment for your TBSN halftime show, but we're just going to get our breath a little bit, try to reflect on that first half, and we'll get back to you. But at the end of the first half, it is 27-0 as the Northern All-Stars take the control here at NCHS. We'll be back in just a second. You're watching the 53rd Annual Shrine Bowl on TBSN. I'd like to welcome you back in. We're still about 3 minutes away from the start of the second half, as we'd like to welcome you back here to the Shrine Bowl. And they had a lot of stuff in the presentation during the halftime entertainment, I guess if you can call it that. But they had a lot of people recognize. There were some awards given out, including, got to also say this, Clayton Yoder from the Meeteetse Longhorns, obviously two Basins market area represent there. Got himself a sportsmanship award. Of course, that award given in honor of Homer Scott, who you may recognize as the man who they have named the football field in Sheridan after. Anyway, they gave 3 awards out, including awards that were to players that are currently playing in this game here today. But it's awesome to see Clayton Yoder, the Meeteetse Longhorn, get that recognition. We got 90 seconds left till the start of the second half. So that first half, frankly, a bit of an ugly one for the South. The North are just playing like they're playing like they're having a ton of fun out there, and they should be. I've been really impressed today with the passing efficiency. I've been really impressed today with the Sheridan Bronc, Breck Reed, 2 receiving touchdowns today, and currently sitting 3 for 4 on his PATs today. And even then, that last one was only not in because it got blocked. So he's just had himself an absolutely incredible day. Obviously, we are way too far away from giving the certificate right now, but it is definitely going to be if he continues to keep up the performance that he's had today, it's going to be a very, very easy decision to who's going to get that player of the game certificate. I do have to shout out Zach Hasty as well from Thermopolis, as well as Garrett Brewer from Thunder Basin. Also Coulter Lang, the quarterback from Campbell County. They have all had some pretty good games today. Been very impressed with Clay Sheets as well. Haven't seen much of him today, but he has definitely still had himself a pretty good game. So, as they are recognizing former players and coaches of the Wyoming Shrine Bowl that are in attendance today, so that is absolutely amazing to see. Everyone everyone that has come out to this game, and obviously this place can only hold so much. It's a high school football field, but this place is just absolutely jam-packed. It's always a joy to be here at Alumni Field. And I've been here before, but it's never been for actual game action. I was riding with the Thermopolis Bobcats in 2019 when we were audio only, and we were on our way to Wheatland, and they stopped here in Casper. Or no, we were on our way to Glen Rock, and we stopped here in Casper, and they did a walkthrough, so that was a lot of fun. So that was my first taste of this beautiful stadium. This is one of my favorite places for football in the state of Wyoming, and it really is. So it's a massive honor to be here at NCHS. Sorry, Kelly Walsh. Up to the near side, coming back to get it, and they fake a bit of a. They faked one of those the laterals there, but doesn't quite work out the way they wanted it to. He barely even gets out to the 10-yard line. 14:53 to go. Also for the South, they have had their moments today, though. Cheyenne East's Kayshawn Brown has been carrying the South on his back today the best he can, and unfortunately, he did cough up the ball midway through that second quarter, but he has been the best player out there on the field today for that South team. Also got to give a shout out to Santiago Cruz from the Rock Springs Tigers, who also had an interception toward the end of that first half. Takes the snap, drops back to throw. He's going to look for it. He's going to look deep. He slings it to the far side. Hasty's there to break it up, and we got a flag. I think they're going to nab Hasty for the pass interference, if not the receiver. So Zach Hasty's appealing, or he's kind of like, not really appealing, but like he's definitely Yeah, they're going to nab Zach Hasty for the defensive pass interference, and kind of saw that one coming. I do wish I knew how to do a replay on this thing. We're going to learn how to do replays on this stupid thing before the Can-Am Bowl. I can promise you that right now for free. But that this is too bad. Zach Hasty, he had good coverage there. He had the swat. Unfortunately, just the way he went about it was just less than legal. First down coming up off that pass interference call, 14:47 to go. You're watching the 53rd annual Wyoming High School Football Shrine Bowl as the Northern All-Stars looking for their third consecutive Shrine Bowl victory. The South last won in 2023. 2024, it was not even close, but 2025 was a 34-28 thriller. So the North will try to get a more convincing win, but can the South come back? It's not out of the question at all. If the North can score 27 in one half, so can the South, but they got to fire up here. Run to the outside results in second down. They're going to try to get the play call here. And it's been really difficult to get past that North defense, especially the closer that ball travels toward the end zone. The Northern defense has done a pretty good job stopping that run game today. The pass game, haven't seen much of a sample size there. Rolls out to the near side, pump fakes. Justice Platt's looking for a man. And getting chased. He's going to have some room. He's wrapped up and he's brought down to the ground. And the first sack of the game, it's going to come down to the near side. Justice Platt swallowed up. Way too much time there. Couldn't find an open man. 13:40 to go. And we saw a pretty decent-sized hit from number 55, Caleb Hamilton, the Lander Valley Tiger. We saw him push off an offensive lineman and charge forward, but I don't think he was the one there in on the tackle. But a fantastic defensive stand there by the South. Or, sorry, by the North. I meant to say, I apologize. So third down and 12 coming up here for the South. They'll line up to the broadcast side of the field. Running back to the left side, they're going to call the flag here. Clock stops at 12:51, and let's see what it is. False start on the offense, and that's going to move them back just a little bit. Nothing too severe. However, it does make a bad situation worse for the South, as it's now going to make it third down and 17. So with that, they're going to go with that same formation, it looks like. And Keyshawn Brown looks like he's going to line up to the left or to the right side this time. Got to see a couple of Carolina blue helmets in there as well on the offensive line, trying to protect it, but slings up to the left side. It's caught, and a good grab, but also a good tackle. I want to say number 0 was there. I thought it was I thought it was James Inat there, I believe, on the tackle. I could be wrong. It was either that or, yep, there we go, James Inat from Buffalo. Gets himself a heck of a tackle there. Just came out of nowhere on the far side of the field. Fourth down. They do get some yards out of it, though. So it is not a zero-sum there for the South, but they obviously, you want to get more out of it. But the punt, a bit of a high snap. He's forced to try and get it back. He's going to punt it. Gets it away. That one's going to fall up toward the logo, bounces inside the soccer circle. That one goes up toward the kicking area there, and it is going to be downed. Number 5, Colby Sandusky from Torrington is there to down the ball. 11:36 to go here in this third quarter, as the North will take the field or take the offensive side here again. 27 points, all 4 of those touchdowns being passing touchdowns today, including 2 from Sheridan Bronk, Breck Reed. I'm really excited to see what they got in the second half. Takes the snap, screen pass, near side, caught by Reed. He's going to try and dance his way through. And broken up down there to the near side. It's going to be a gang tackle, something you'd see in a rugby match. And everyone trying to pop up there. Last one to get there was the 62 of Seamus Hamilton from Mountain View. So we got second down coming up here. Ball placed on the 40-yard line. And so let's see what we got coming up here on this 2nd and 9 situation. Lined up broadcast side and a bad snap, and he's going to fall on it. That's smart football there by the 3 of Coulter Lang, and a snap gone wrong. One of the rare mistakes we've seen from the North today, but they're able to keep the South from doing too much with it here, and the clock will continue to run. 10:35 to go here in this the third quarter of this game, and time flies when you're having fun. This is definitely a longer game than regulation, but it's kind of just gone by like that, but feels like high school football in general goes by pretty quick. Takes the snap, rolls back, tries to get back a couple of paces, and a little bit of miscommunication there. Earth to Garrett Brewer. 4th down coming up, if that's not already. Yep, 4th down and 17 on the incomplete pass, and clock will stop with 10:13 to go. So coming back to get it will be Kenai Olson, the Natrona County Mustang, playing on his home turf. There are a couple of Mustangs here, although are we really that shocked? Kenai Olson, obviously, as well as Ben Maggi and Charles Frosto and Jace Spears as well, representing the North. So a couple of Mustangs here. The punt is away and up to the near side. 10:07 to go, and South will take over again. They had to punt their last time out. It was a botched snap, but they were able to get the punt off, and the defense makes their best stand of the, well, I don't know. They did intercept the ball earlier, but it was still up there. Still a really good defensive stand there by the Southern defense. The South still looking to break the ice here in this game. They're still dealing with a goose egg up there on the scoreboard. And the North trying to see if they can't complete the shutout, but the South may have other ideas. Takes the snap, back to pass, looks to the near side, it's caught. Good, well-executed play there as he gets the pass to the 23 of Daxton Taylor, the Green River Wolf, in on the catch. 9:50 to go. It was a good play, though, and it will result in a South All-Star first down. They'll line up to the broadcast side of the field, 42-yard line. Although, to be fair, a little bit difficult to see with Mitchell Straushine blocking the view of the tick there. Lines up to the middle. Lines up under Coulter DeWitt from Lyman. Or, well, far off from, but... And he's under pressure, and he's swallowed up! Mitchell Straushine, I think they forced the fumble, and it's scooped up! Straushine has been wreaking havoc on the defensive line today, and he pops it loose. And I think it might have been, it was either scooped up by Halen Strom from Lovell or Caleb Hamilton from Lander. But beautiful job there by the defensive line to get in there and make the play. It popped it loose, and the woes continue for the South offense. And this puts them in a horrendous position on the field defensively. The North back up toward the Casper C. They're all bunched up together. Sends a receiver in motion. Takes the snap. Hands it off. And it's going to, he tricks it back up to the near side. That was a six-man play there. Down to the near side. Gets up to the 15. He's taken down. Oh, we got a little bit of chippiness there. Someone pushed off of Braden Wallace, but that is going to be another North All-Star first down. So 9:03 to go. I think just waiting for our clock to match here. And so a good run there, or, well, I guess a good pass. It was something you'd see out of six-man. But takes the snap, rolls to his right side, and he's going to run with it. Goes in a straight line, and up toward the sideline he goes. 8:38 is where the clock will stop. Oh, I'm so sorry about the camera work. And so 15 just took it himself there. Again, that is Hadley Hudson, who they've been using as a direct snap guy all day. 8:38 to go here in the third quarter. You're watching the 53rd annual Wyoming High School Football Shrine Bowl. Of course, I'd like to give a thank you to our sponsors as well. All their logos rolling up across the screen. We'll get to that here in a sec. Drops back the throw, looks over the middle, it's caught! Touchdown, North! Garrett Brewer gets his second touchdown of the day, and Coulter Lang will sling his fifth passing touchdown of the afternoon. And he has just been unstoppable, looking so poised out there. He trusted his offensive line, he slung it, and it paid dividends there for sure. 33-0. Trying to convert here will be Breck Reed. He missed his last one he took was blocked. This one's up, and that is tipped over. And it's good. That is the weirdest way I have ever seen a PAT be converted, but it works. And it should be 30. Says 39-0 up there, but we'll be right back here in just a sec. You're watching the Wyoming High School Football Shrine Bowl, and it is another passing touchdown, this time a second receiving touchdown for Garrett Brewer. We'll be back in just a moment. 53rd Annual Shrine Bowl returns on Two Basins Sports Network. I'd like to welcome you back here. Garrett Brewer from Thunder Basin, responsible for his second receiving touchdown, but also the fifth passing touchdown of the day for fellow Gillette School player Coulter Lang. So may not be the same school at Campbell as the quarterback and a Thunder Basin Bolt, which obviously is a little bit funny, but it's what's a little bit funnier is that Justice Platts, obviously from Mountain View, is under center to Lyman Eagle, Coulter DeWitt, two rival schools, literally not even a 5-minute drive from each other in the Bridger Valley of southwest Wyoming. We've been to Lyman twice, and absolutely beautiful town. Never been to Mountain View, but Lyman, a beautiful, beautiful stadium as well. The goalposts are definitely a little weird, but it's one of those H-style posts with the bars. It's like you could configure it for soccer. But run up to the left side, I'm thinking that might be the 21 of Brown, and it is. Keyshawn Brown has been their favorite target pretty much all day. And we do apologize. We're having a little bit of internet troubles. We're going to try to get that diagnosed for you, but so there might be a temporary interruption within the next few minutes. But drops back the throw. Platts looking for a man. He'll look to his near side. It's picked off. Looks to his near side. The 19, the 10, into the 5, and it goes out. Number 19, Caden Arnold from Riverton, in on the interception. And what a play. That will set him up well for a fantastic play coming up here, potentially here on offense. That's about as close as I think as they've been today to the goal line. But in their defense, they haven't been given much time to really get too terribly close to the goal line because they get all their plays in from 25 yards out, but they're going to have a pretty close shot here as they'll get to the 8-yard line. Takes the snap. Rolls it out, and he's going to take it himself, and he's in! Touchdown, North. Coulter Lang with his first rushing touchdown. And he has just done it all today. And it is 40-0. I mean, I understand Casper Christian also plays their home games here, but this is a 6-man score here at NCHS. And takes that one's, and it hits the net. I forgot there was a net there, actually. But it's up, and it is in. 40. What? Huh. So they're saying it's 46-0. Should be 41. But we're going to take a quick break. 41-0 here. We'll be back in just a moment.
We're also looking for page 13.
I'd like to welcome you back here atop the press box at Cheney Alumni Field. Again, please bear with us. We are dealing with the internet stuff. Our mobile hotspot actually just ran out. So also a heads up to our viewers as well. You can definitely see the scoreboard is, to be as nice as humanly possible, lopsided. It's 41-0. The North has just been in the driver's seat all day, so if the North gets another touchdown, please keep in mind we are still going by NFHS rules, so they just confirmed it up here in the press box as well that if we end up getting a 45-point deficit or more than 45-point deficit, it's going to be a running clock for the remainder of the game. So that is kind of where we're at right now in terms of that. So very interesting. In case you missed it, that last touchdown was made by Garrett Brewer. Yeah, I think it was Brewer. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. It was Coulter Lang, actually, that ran it in. So, to be fair, though, in my defense, I mean, they've been passing all day. Draws back the throw. Platt's looking for a man, trying to get something out of this game as the sun starts to break here. Rolls out to his left side under heavy pressure. 41, not able to get the tackle. He's going to run it himself. Gets to the near side. He's got blockers to the 45, the 40, 35, and he's out. And we got laundry on the field. And we got a ruckus of boos here at NCHS. So a big play there by Justice Platts, and that is the exact type of player we are so used to seeing at the 2A level, and what we are definitely going to miss going forward, even if we hate to admit it. But what a play for Justice Platts, the Mountain View Buffalo. Decided to take matters into his own hands, and that's going to be a confidence boost. They're going to call unnecessary roughness on the defense, so that makes a good play even better for the South. Or on the offense. I apologize. Oh. But anyway. But, oh, never mind. So, it will still be a first down at least, but it's just not going to be as much yardage, unfortunately, for the South. But that will get it. They are still in their own territory, but they are up to the 49-yard line. That is going to be a fresh set of downs coming up now for the South. And that's got to be a big confidence boost to Justice Platts, not to mention add to his game film a little bit. I thought I saw somewhere he had committed to play football somewhere, and he'll go to the near side. Platts takes himself again, and he is playing a special style of angry here in this second half already. So it looks like it was going to be looks like it's going to be Jay Spears and Gavin Romer. So Jay Spears, the hometown boy in Natrona County, and then also a Lander Valley Tiger in on the tackle there. So with that, lined up, ready to go here. Just right there on the 50-yard hash. He's going to drop back for the throw. Tries to run to his left side. Breaks the pocket. He's going to go. He's going to go for it. First down, a whole lot more. And he gets taken out by his laces. And he'll break inside the 20-yard line. It's been the Justice Platts show this entire drive. I've said it before, and I'll say it one more time. This is the exact kind of player that we saw all these years when he was a Mountain View Buffalo. Obviously, a massive amount of respect for the Bridger Valley football teams. Uh-oh. They'll be lining up here on the left side of the field. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, takes himself, or no, I think it's someone else there this time. I thought I saw Kanan Zawada from Cheyenne East there in on the run there. So 5:40 some odd to go here in this third quarter. And obviously here's to hoping that our internet stuff can be figured out before the fourth quarter, but and takes the snap up through the middle and tries to go back up through the gut, and they'll be third down, I think. And I think we got a bit of a pile down there in the middle. So third down coming up here. And this is going to be a big play coming up here for the South. If they can convert here, that has the potential to change how this game could go from here on out. Now, I still don't really know if I'm confident saying the South could make a comeback, but it's still definitely playing for pride here. Oh, it tries to go up, and he is stuffed immediately. Jay Spears with the hit of his life. Also Ethan Haig from Kelly Walsh. And they light up the Thunderbird there, the two Casper schools. They are rivals in October, but working together here to make the tackle. And we have a timeout, so we're going to take a quick breather. It looks like the South wants to talk it over. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. You're watching the 53rd Annual Wyoming High School Football Shrine Bowl on Two Basins Sports Network. 41-0, the North leads here as we try to see if they can get at least one more touchdown here in this game in what has been a lopsided game en route to a potential third win in a row. We'll be back in just a moment from Cheney Alumni Field. Like talking you back here, back underway. Sorry, I am an idiot. Up through the middle, tries to go on fourth down. And this is going to be, I believe, a turnover on downs here as he tried to run it up the gut. I think they were looking to give it to Keyshawn Brown. And again, it pains me as the Thunderbirds are my team in 4A, but I have a team for every class. Just the Thunderbirds struggling here. We also have a couple of Thunderbirds on the O-line as well, so it's even more heart-wrenching, although they are playing their hearts out. Some of those 4A linemen, obviously, with 4A skill. I do feel a little bit yucky saying that, but every class has their strengths. Maybe that's why the Wyoming 5-star Facebook page was made, huh? Up to the right side, trying to get out of it. He's wrapped up and taken down. I think that was Cannon Grant from the Cody Bronx up on the run to the far side. Now, again, to our audience, please keep in mind if we end up getting into a situation here where the North scores on this drive, it will be a running clock for the remainder of the contest, as far as I'm aware. They did talk about that up here in the press box. Of course, I'm wearing headphones, but I could still hear the gossip. But that is what the situation is going to be. Lined up onto the far side here, 2nd and 9. Sun has come out here. Rolling up to the near side. The quarterback has it. He'll break through. Down the sideline to the 50. Near side 40. The 30. The 20. The 10. Touchdown, North. What a play for Kenai Olson. The Natrona County Mustang with the rushing touchdown. And they just said it over the loudspeaker, 81 yards. Can you believe what you just saw? They just bounced it out to the near side, and he just took off there. And with that being said, 3:01 to go. It looks like they're going to switch up who takes the PAT. Keegan Rager from Sheridan. So that one's up and in. It's still a Sheridan Bronc taking the PAT, but it's up and it is in. And it is 48-0. A 6-man score here in Casper. We'll take a quick breather. We'll be right back. You're watching the Wyoming Shrine Bowl here from Cheney Alumni Field here on the campus of Natrona County High School. 3:01 to go, 48-0, North on top. We'll be back in just a second. Like to welcome you back. By the way, we completely neglected to check our YouTube chat, which we did a decent job of in Shadron, but we have people saying Shrine Bowl Class of 05 repping NSI Academy, a former Wolf out of Sheridan. NSI Academy, obviously, or played six-man for the longest time. They did not play after 2020, though. I think the school got closed down, but it's still awesome to see. I think that old NSI football field is actually now a lacrosse club, if I'm not mistaken, which is actually really cool to know. Also got fans of Caden Arnold, the Riverton player, and someone cheering on Keyshawn. So got some Cheyenne representation here, so that is awesome. And so with that, we got a lot of people tuning in. We thank you for choosing Two Basins Sports Network for your coverage of the Shrine Bowl. We apologize about the live stream right now. We're going to try to get that fixed. Oh, it's picked up! A bad pass! 15 with it. Now back to the 10! He's going to take it to the house! A pick six for the North! And it goes from bad to worse. And it looks like they're going to call Hudson for that, I thought. Hold on. Yeah. Yep. Hadley Hudson from Thunder Basin gets it done in the North, playing out of their mind. Now, I'm going to have to check WyomingFootball.com after this to see what the largest thing or what the largest blowout in Shrine Bowl history was, but this is what we should have seen at the six-man game in Chadron 2 weeks ago. That one is up and it is through, and I'm just trying to play a mental game of how high can they kick that ball to see if they can kick it onto the boulevard there. I'm sure that's happened a few times, but we'll be right back here in just a moment here from beautiful Cheney Alumni Field in Casper, Wyoming, on the campus of Natrona County High School. You're watching the 2026 Wyoming High School Football Shrine Bowl on Two Basins Sports Network. I'd like to welcome you back here inside of Cheney Field in Casper. Coming back down the other way. Up to the far side, tries to get up to the C, and it's going to be a dog pile down there trying to get there. And obviously we do apologize about the frame drops on the live stream. We've been using our Spectrum Wi-Fi because I didn't quite have a lot of time to get set up for my stuff. Of course, that's my fault. I should have gotten here a whole lot sooner, but didn't have enough time to set up our internet box, and probably should have. But we're going to get that taken care of for you in the fourth quarter, though. Do not worry. We have about a minute or so to go.
The biggest game in Wyoming.
Oh, ignore that. But takes the snap, the fake handoff. He'll take it himself. The 8 with it. He'll go about 4 yards or so there. Kanan Zawada from Cheyenne East gets the carry there. It'll bring up second down now for the South. Coming into the game, it looks to be Jace Spears, the Mustang, back in. And now coming off is going to be Halen Strom from Lovell, the Lovell Bulldog there. Lovell, to be completely honest with you, kind of disappointed me in 2025. They usually are, forgive the pun, the top dogs of Class 2A. Always a team that scares me during the football season. But takes the snap, hands it off, and goes to the near side. He tries to stay on his feet. They'll whistle him down. Number 9, Owen Meyer from Douglas. The Bearcat in on the carry. Lucky him. He had a pretty small travel time to get here. A 45-minute drive just west onto the interstate. And they're going to stop the clock. We're going to have a timeout, I think. Or no, we're not. It is actually the end of the third quarter. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. It is 54-0, the North on top, and we are into the quote-unquote mercy rule of the running clock. So the fourth quarter is going to be 15 minutes dead on unless somebody scores, I believe. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. 54-0 here at the end of 3. North on top. You're watching the 53rd Annual Wyoming Shrine Bowl. Like talking you back here, fourth and final quarter, about ready to start here in the Shrine Bowl, and I'm honestly a little sad about saying that because this has just been an absolute blast. Again, thank you to, of course, Larry Urati, the organizer, or the one of the, on the, I guess the, I forgot what the title of it's actually called, but like, I guess the head honcho, I guess you could probably say. Of course, obviously, Wright High School represent the Wright. I guess he's a Wright Panther. But of course, thank you to him for, of course, allowing us to be here. We got in contact with him back in March and asked to broadcast this game, and it's been awesome corresponding with him. And even though admittedly I could have probably done a little bit better about that. But it's still been a blast, and of course we hope to come back every year, and it's been so much fun, and it's always awesome to be here in Casper as well. Just an absolutely beautiful city. He shakes off the initial tackle, throws it, it's caught, and he's going to get through, rumbles his way to the 35. Number 36, Sam Gaskell. Dylan Hershey did it earlier on in the first quarter. Another Star Valley Brave pulls off an act of wizardry. I think they credited Zach Hasty with the assisted tackle there. The Thermopolis Bobcat. Again, haven't said his name today, but there is another Thermopolis Bobcat on the roster. It is Cruz Mascaro. He is in the trenches today. Takes the snap, hands it off on a shovel to the left side. He's going to try to get through. I think this is a Bearcat with it. And so that was Owen Meyer, the Douglas Bearcat, on the carry there to the near side. And so with that, 2nd down and 5 coming up. Don't forget, coming up on July 4th, Two Basins Sports Network rounds out All-Star season as we head to Meeteetse, Wyoming in southern Park County as the 28th annual Can-Am Bowl comes to Two Basins Sports Network. Of course, that will all be live in video and audio here on TBSN. USA versus Canada in a 6-man All-Star game. That is July 4th at 1 p.m. from Longhorn Stadium in Meeteetse. Run up the near side here. And a timeout, I think, is the call here. So they're going to stop the clock at 12:19. We're not going to go off the air for this one, though. Never mind. Although on the topic of timeouts, I don't think North has burned any of theirs. South did have one in that third quarter. And, of course, for those watching on YouTube, just give us a shout out. We want to know where you're coming from. This is a game that just brings the entire state of Wyoming together for a common thing, and that is high school football. I mean, for goodness sakes, we had a Mountain View quarterback under a Lyman center, and we had a Natrona County and a Kelly Walsh defense kind of like come together for an assisted tackle. So, these guys are rivals in October, but they're coming together as teammates for one game. They get a tackle up into the near side. That is going to bring up 4th down for the Southern All-Stars. And it was extremely gloomy and cold to start the game, and it looks like it's still cold down there, judging by the percentage of fans still wearing their turtlenecks and their their hoodies, but it's definitely gotten light out. It's shifted from cloudy in the first half to sunny in the second. So beautiful football weather, aside from the chill a little bit, but that's Wyoming for you. Trying to get out of there. He'll roll onto the end. He'll sling it to the near side, and it's picked off again. Runs it to the near side. The 40, the 50, toes the line to the 40. That is, I think, by my count, I think that's the 4th interception that the North has made today. And that is the 2nd pick that they have committed on this current quarterback, I believe. They just brought in this Cheyenne East quarterback not long ago, but Kanan Zawada, I think, coughed it up earlier. And, of course, that is just absolutely incredible. And I thought I saw a 0 or an 8. I can't remember.
0 intercepted.
Okay. So that would be James Inat again. So that is his 2nd interception today, the Buffalo Bison. Absolutely incredible performance today by him. And that is, we got like a 3-way tie for who's going to get the certificate today. And we got to think fast on this one. Takes the run up the gut. He's going to weave his way through. Gets to the edge of the C. It'll bring up 2nd down off of a 5-yard pickup. 2nd and 5 coming up here for the North. Checking into the game looks to be Coulter Lang from Campbell County. Number 31 coming off. Cody West from Lander Valley also checking out. And Lander, I'm going to be honest with you, the Fremont County schools actually surprised me in 2025. It's a little bit weird seeing Riverton especially. I don't mean to be very disrespectful, but I'm just saying it was pretty cool seeing Riverton and Lander do well this year. Run up the gut. And that's going to be a 1st down for the North, about a yard to spare. Rolls up onto the edge of the soccer circle, and it'll be a North 1st down. We got another sub, number 31. Cody West checks back in. He'll come on to replace Cannon Grant, the Cody Bronca fellow 3A running back there. Of course, a massive thank you as well. We got to mention the fans coming from all corners of the state. And I think Casper, honestly, is the best place you could probably pick to host the Shrine Bowl. Shoshone, I guess, if you want a true central option, but frankly, Shoshone does not have that kind of capacity. As awesome as that stadium is. Up to the left side, up to the 25. That is going to be another North 1st down. And they're knocking on the door trying to make this a 60-0 game. By the way, our scoreboard was wrong. It's 55-0, so we do apologize to our audience. It is 55-0, not 54. So that is my mistake. I think I thought it was 55 earlier on our scoreboard. I might have just pressed the wrong button. But shotgun set here looks to go here as they had a guy slide in front or behind the lineman. That is going to be just barely a pickup of about 2 yards, if that. It'll be 2nd down. Tell you what, I might have to go into the city center after this and get a little bit of bean juice. This game has been so much fun to call, but I love being an announcer, obviously, but it definitely is a little bit exhausting. But these guys have not made my job very easy. It's made it very fun. Of course, as always, I'd like to thank you so much for choosing TBSN for your coverage of the Shrine Bowl. Up to the near side, tries to get there. I thought there was the 31 in on the run. Cody West, the Lander Valley Tiger. Also, Josh, I think I would agree with you there as well. I think Lovell should have done a lot better. I'm always so used to seeing the Bulldogs in the mix in 2A. Obviously, you have your Mountain Views and Lyman is usually pretty good, but they had a very bad past couple of years. Takes the snap And the run to the left side, 23 on the carry. And that will be another North first down on a third down situation. This time it is Triffin Jolly, the Rocky Mountain Grizzly out of Class 9-man. It was on that 9-man runner-up team. I think they lost to Big Piney in the state championship. I was rooting for Rocky as well, just another fellow Bighorn Basin team. I had to go for him. And I thought for sure Rocky would have had something for Big Piney in that game, but obviously I have a massive admiration for our viewers from Cali and Byron. I've made that clear several times during our Bobcat broadcast. And now down to the left side, 31 in on the carry. And a good one there by Cody West. They've been feeding him a little bit here in this second half so far. 5:20 to go. So they'll actually stop the clock at 5:20. And they're going to say one of the Pine Bluffs Hornets there in on the tackle. Cameron Jessen, number 52, 6 foot, 200 pounds. So in other words, don't mess with him. Oh, we actually have an injured player, so we're going to take the camera off. I do apologize to our audience. We take the camera off of injured players for obvious reasons, but just was not aware there, so I do apologize greatly for that. We'll be right back. We have an injured player for Team South. We'll be back in just a sec. 55-0. Northern All-Stars on top here in the 53rd Annual Shrine Bowl. We'll be back from Cheney Alumni Field on the campus of Natrona County High School in just a sec. So we'd like to welcome you back, and also I don't know if I should be honored or not that I chose this year to start covering the Shrine Bowl, but because we have a bit of a nugget of history for you. This is actually the largest, so far, the first time anyone's put up over 50 points in a Shrine Bowl game as far as we are aware. But we're back out of the injury timeout, so this is very interesting indeed. And this is, I expected the North to, I'm going to be quite frank, I did expect the North to play out of their minds today. I did not expect this, though. And it's looking like a 6-man score. The South, they kept it somewhere where they should have in that, toward the end of the first half and part of the third quarter. They were all right. They gave you the impression that, hey, they could still do something. But, well, a run up the middle is going to be stopped. 55 was in there. I know that for a fact. So that was 55 and 52. So Zeph Zuniga from Big Piney and then Cameron Jessen again from Pine Bluffs, the two 9-man schools in there. 4:15 to go here in the game here. Of course, just one more shout out to Larry Urati, of course, the head honcho behind this. Also, Natrona County High School, the Natrona County School District, and of course the Wyoming Shrine Bowl for allowing us to be here. This has been a absolutely fantastic experience, and hopefully we get to hopefully we could do this every year. This has been so much fun, and I think these kids deserve the exposure. I really do believe that Wyoming has talent, and just it deserves to be out there. 3:27 still to go here. One more time, like that, we have kind of missed out on this in the second half, but once this goes through, we'll get our sponsors out of the way here. Of course, they supporting our broadcasts here today. All of them Thermopolis businesses, but either way, so we do apologize to our viewers from across the state for the hyper-localized advertising here. And they will kneel it. So they opt to kneel it there. They had the ball on the 1 yard line. Whew. I mean, I don't blame them for doing that, but 55-0 is your score, by the way. I think now's an appropriate time to deliver our Two Basins Sports Network player of the game, and I'm going to give this to Coulter Lang of Campbell County. There are so many players we could have given this to, and we're going to get to that in our honorable mentions. Your honorable mentions here today for the North include James Inat from Buffalo. I also want to shout out Garrett Brewer from Thunder Basin, Breck Reed from Sheridan, and then also Cody West from Lander, I think, deserves some praise as well. They'll kneel it again here as they'll give it to Kenai Olson. Hometown hero going to kneel the ball again. 2 minutes to go. And I think we have a 2-minute warning here. So we gave our player of the game, but the Shrine Bowl is going to give their official player of the game, but we're still going to hand out our certificate. But again, Coulter Lang is your TBSN player of the game. Clock will stop at 2 minutes, and they're going to get a bit of a break here. So we're going to be back for these final couple of minutes here. 55-0, the Northern All-Stars on top. And we're not going to take a break. We're going to stay on the air with you here because we need to deliver your Southern All-Star honorable mentions today. Santiago Cruz from Rock Springs. I also want to shout out, despite the rocky performance today, I want to shout out, oh, there we go. So they gave James Inat actually the award there. So that's honestly pretty cool. He deserves it too. 2 interceptions today, and obviously they have more advanced stats than I do, but he's been just a monster today on the defensive side of the ball. So can't fault them for giving Inat that presentation. And they gave Coulter Lang the offensive player of the game as well. So I guess our certificate isn't going to look silly. But James Inat, just a fantastic player today. Just nothing else you can say about it. And got to also say, Coulter Lang, he has scored pretty much any way you can. He's thrown for, I've honestly lost count how many touchdowns he's thrown today, but he ran it in for one earlier that kind of put this game away, really. So, but yeah, anyway, Santiago Cruz from Rock Springs, and I'm gonna give Justice Platts his flowers today. He struggled today, but he gotta remember. To be fair, his offensive line did not really give him a lot of opportunities today. I think if he would have had some time in the pocket, probably could have really screwed things up for the North All-Stars defensively. So I'm going to give Justice Platts another honorable mention here. Also need to give an honorable mention to Keyshawn Brown of Cheyenne East. So those are your 3 honorable mentions today for the Southern All-Stars. Of course, we'll give the certificate to Mr. Lang after this game concludes. But clock still in at 1:37-ish. And I think they're just kind of running down the clock. We might have a couple plays here, but this game is pretty much done and dusted. Of course, as always, we appreciate the support that you have given us here today, and that should conclude it. Oh. And the 2026 Shrine Bowl is going to go to the Northern All-Stars. And the clock will wind down off of 60 seconds. And the North make history today. I'm sure in more ways than one. And it'll be really fun to look at the WyomingFootball.com records after this. But it was a fantastic game to, just to be a part of here. The best in Wyoming. And they all congregate here every June in Casper. And hopefully 2027 also brings us some goodies. But that's going to conclude it. 10 seconds left as they officially kneel it. And once again, Coulter Lang from Campbell County and Gillette is your player of the game, your TBSN player of the game. And this kind of taught me that when we cover the Can-Am Bowl and the Meeteetse football this year, we're going to have to do a separate award for offensive and defensive player of the game, because I don't know. I just kind of feel bad about snubbing James Inat of his honors there. But that is going to conclude it here. Once again, the final score, the Northern All-Stars take down the South 55-0 here at Natrona County High School. And that is going to do it here. Of course, we're not done yet, though. One more game coming up for us on TBSN before we head into the Meeteetse football season and the Thermopolis Middle School football season as well. So stay tuned for all of that. But that is going to do it for us here from the 53rd running of the Wyoming Shrine Bowl. Of course, thank you to, obviously, we forgot to mention a big thing here, the Shriners Children's Hospitals. The one in Salt Lake City was in attendance today. So also got to thank our sponsors, Discover Thermopolis, Audra's Copper Coup, Thermopolis Hardware and Mercantile, Central Bank and Trust, Bank of Thermopolis, and I forgot Storyteller. I am so sorry. Storyteller also, I think, signed on too. I'm just an idiot. That's what's wrong with me. So, sorry, Storyteller. I'm going to get hanged for this, aren't I? Anyway, but with that being said, of course, thank you also to our viewers here. Thank you so much. We had 2 broadcasters on site today. Of course, My Local Radio from the Bridger Valley was here, and then obviously us. So we thank you for choosing TBSN for your coverage of the Shrine Bowl, and we hope to see you in 2027. Coming up on July 4th, the 28th running of the Can-Am Bowl 6-man all-star football game is coming to TBSN. Team USA versus Team Canada, congregating in Meeteetse for which country is the best in 6-man football. That's all coming up on the 4th of July on America's 250th birthday. But with that being said, take care from Natrona County High School. From the Shrine Bowl, we thank you all so much for watching, and as always, please always make sure to please drive home safe, and of course, most importantly, do not pet the buffalo. Thank you so much for tuning in. 55-0 Northern All-Stars win the 53rd Shrine Bowl.